My name is Morinth. I've been watching you. You're the most interesting person in this place. I've got a booth over here in the shadows. Why don't you come sit with me? Some nights I come here and there's no one interesting to talk to. Some nights, there's just one person. Tonight it's you. Why is that?
I know what I like.
Do you?
You and I want the same things.
Do we?
You tell me.
I can't tell you why you're special.
I'm fascinated by Justicars.
I'm not.
But you're an Asari. You must have some opinion about them.
I said I don't want to discuss it.
Maybe we have the same kind of situation with our families. I grew up on the streets, fighting for every scrap of food. I never knew my parents.
That sounds exciting.
How about your family?
I don't have a family.
What do you think of the music here?
Dark rhythms, violent pulses. It stirs something primitive in me. What about you?
Everything I hear has something good about it.
I see you're a man of strong opinions.
It's not an important part of my life.
You're missing out on a true experience.
You wouldn't have heard of anything I like.
You think my taste in music is shallow.
Is my opinion that important to you?
It must be. I'm talking to you.
If you've heard of it, it's already too mainstream for me.
If something is obscure, it doesn't speak to the soul.
It's all just different taste. Nobody's choices are better.
I see you're a man of strong opinions.
The music of your people has always seemed special to me.
That's vague. 2,500 years as a spacefaring race, remember?
Keep up with me. I'm talking about Asari house music.
At least you can dance to that.
I like ancient Asari music.
When we played seashells and animal bladders, I prefer this music.
I like everything about Asari, including your music.
There's so very much to dislike about my people, including our music.
I'm curious about a band called Expel 10.
They get in my head and tear it to pieces. They're in concert soon. Maybe we should go together. You can lose yourself in the music here. There are ways to enhance that, you know?
Drugs hold no appeal for me.
How can you be sure, though? Or have you tried?
Quite the sales pitch there.
I'd hate for you to miss out on a life-changing experience.
I know what I think.
Sounds like a cop-out to me. If you think using is bad, it should be bad for everyone.
I don't like talking about drugs.
I see. I'll warn you. I like to let a conversation ramble where it will. I might make you a little uncomfortable.
I'm open.
Sounds like you're just running away from something.
I experimented when I was younger, but I've outgrown that.
That's admirable. What else have you outgrown, I wonder?
The question is, what new interests have I developed?
Why don't you tell me?
You might find out soon enough.
You might discover a thing or two as well.
As you grow up, you leave some things behind you.
Ah, you put away the things of youth.
I don't care what you do with your spare time. Show me the same courtesy.
Of course. My mistake.
What do you think of Halleck?
It slithers through my soul. Seems like we share some interests.
Do you know anything about art?
It speaks to the darkest places in me. What about you?
There are certain pieces that grab me.
What really moves you?
Art that touches on primal forces.
You understand.
If I saw an image of you, that would move me.
Oh, that's, sweet of you to say.
Art just doesn't interest me.
Well, it's not for everyone.
You've got quite an imagination.
I thought you did as well.
There must be some good artists on Omega.
I really can't imagine anything good here.
You can find beauty in the darkest places. Even here.
Something I should know, but had forgotten.
There's a local girl named Neff. She disappeared a while ago, but her work is...
quite unknown to me. You know what? I'm gonna get us some drinks. The least I can do to pay you back for all the wonderful conversation.
Do you know the artist Porta?
I didn't think anyone around here knew him. He's sublime. Art comes in many varieties. I've seen vids that were more powerful than a sculpture sitting in a gallery.
Do you know Vianya?
My favorite. The two actresses on it are so glamorous.
I'll have to watch it.
Maybe we could do that together.
What do you think about the violence in vids?
It seems fake to me. I don't see the point.
I sensed it. You're acquainted with the real thing.
As are you.
Fake or not, the violence is exhilarating.
And that's what you're after? A cheap thrill?
They're mindless entertainment.
I don't consider myself mindless, but perhaps I'm not as smart as you.
It's been years since I had time to watch vids.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What do you think of the ones with a lot of action?
Watching spaceships explode? No thanks.
I guess your mind is closed about that.
Seems that way, doesn't it?
It's death on a grand scale. Violence, magnified.
Stunning.
I've traveled all over the galaxy.
It changes you, doesn't it?
Every journey ends at home.
I left home as a child and never went back.
When you see the people at home, you realize how much you've changed.
And how much they haven't.
It's a chance to see family and friends again.
I think I've said that I never got to experience that.
I love finding and opening new sectors of space.
Discovering another ball of gas with bits of cold dead rock around it?
Each new system holds a chance to meet new cultures, learn a new way to see the universe.
Breathtaking.
There's untapped resources out there.
I like creds as much as anyone, I suppose.
I know who I am. Travel won't change that.
You're completely impervious, isn't it?
I'm not changed by the places I go. They're changed by me.
That's impressive.
Real travel means going to dangerous places.
Where you can see and do things most people can't imagine.
Yes.
When I travel, I find myself drawn to dark, dangerous places.
Violent places?
Violence is the surest expression of power.
Violence is a means to an end. Power is that end.
But violence is such a charming way to reach that end.
If you're the strongest, you have the power.
That's certainly true. Among children.
Whoever wants it the most, is willing to do anything for it, has the power.
Are you willing to do anything for it?
I haven't decided yet.
Now you're toying with me.
An obsession with power is a sign of insecurity.
Thank you for the insight.
When you're the most powerful, you're safe.
Is safety really all you want out of life?
Do you think this conversation is about power?
Of course it is.
The fact that we're sitting here in your booth means I'm winning.
I think you might be right.
I sat down for a conversation, not a power struggle.
How interesting.
Violence is a means to an end. Power is that end.
But violence is such a charming way to reach that end.
I think I'll go now.
Really? I thought I felt a connection.
I do too.
You had me worried for a moment there.
I think I'll go now.
Really? I thought I felt a connection.
I didn't feel any connection at all.
Oh, it was nice to meet you. Excuse me while I get a drink. Do you want to get out of here? My apartment is nearby and I want you alone.